We've all been taught the fairy tale, that love arrives with a grand gesture, a dramatic declaration, or a sudden, undeniable connection that lights up a room. We're conditioned to look for the lightning bolt, the fireworks, the kind of instant recognition you see in movies, believing that if it's real, it must be loud. We wait for someone to sweep us off our feet with words and actions that confirm their affection, convinced that an absence of noise is an absence of feeling. This popular belief paints a picture of a soul connection as something visible, something you can point to and say, "There, that's it." But what if the deepest, most profound connections operate entirely differently? What if the most powerful confirmation of a soul's choice isn't found in a grand display, but in a quiet, almost imperceptible resonance that exists beneath the surface? Could it be that the most significant signs of a spiritual bond aren't external at all, but internal? We obsess over whether someone's words and actions are enough, never considering that the soul communicates in a language far more subtle than our conscious minds can grasp. The world tells you to seek validation, to demand proof, to chase after what seems obvious. Yet this chase often leads to frustration and disappointment, because you're searching in the wrong place. The true signs of a soul's alignment are not performative. They are energetic. They are not about what is said, but about what is felt. This isn't about ignoring red flags, but about learning to read a different kind of map, one that leads inward. This journey asks us to reevaluate everything we've been told about love and connection. It challenges the notion that two people must constantly be in each other's presence to be connected. What if a powerful magnetic pull can exist between two souls, even when they are physically apart and seemingly unengaged? What if the silence isn't an empty void, but a sacred space where something profound is being built? The silence you might interpret as indifference could actually be the stillness of two souls recognizing one another, holding a space for a destined union. This is not a story about waiting for someone to complete you, but about recognizing a connection that already exists on an archetypal level. It's a call to look beyond the superficial world of social media, text messages, and grand romantic gestures, and to attune yourself to a deeper, more primal form of communication. The kind of connection we're exploring today is not a choice made by the ego, but a recognition from a place so deep it precedes conscious thought. A soul's choice is not a decision, but an ancient memory of a homecoming. The signs we'll uncover are not for him to prove, but for you to feel. The concept of two souls recognizing each other goes beyond mere chemistry or compatibility. It speaks to a profound pre-existing union that Carl Jung would describe as an encounter with the collective unconscious. According to Jung, our psyches are not isolated islands, but are connected by this deep ancestral sea of archetypes and shared human experiences. When two souls resonate, it's not an accident. It's the echo of something that has always been, a fragment of a larger whole finding its counterpart. This is a philosophical truth, an archetypal narrative playing out in the theater of everyday life. This spiritual kinship is not a creation of the moment, but a revelation of a past and future union. Carl Jung would argue that what we perceive as love at first sight is not a spontaneous event, but a sudden, conscious awareness of an unconscious pre-existing affinity. He referred to this as the conjunctio, a sacred union of opposites. This idea suggests that his soul, at a deeper level, may have already recognized and chosen yours long before his conscious mind even registered your presence. This recognition bypasses the usual filters of societal expectation and physical appearance, going straight to the core of your being. It is an act of spiritual gravity, where two halves of a whole are drawn together, regardless of the noise and distractions of the world. It's a profound sense of coming home, a finding of the missing piece of the puzzle you didn't even know you were searching for. Think of the psyche as a vast, ancient temple, and the individual consciousness as a single room within it. Most of us spend our lives decorating and maintaining that one room, convinced it is the entirety of our existence. But when you encounter a soul that has already chosen yours, it's as if they have the key to your temple. They don't just see the room you've carefully prepared for the world. They see the entire sacred space, every altar, and every hidden passage. This is the essence of a true connection. It's not about seeing the external facade, but about recognizing the entire intricate architecture of a person's inner world. It's a deep, non-verbal validation of who you truly are, not who you appear to be. The duality at play here is between the loud, obvious world of the ego and the quiet, truthful realm of the soul. The ego craves external validation and seeks love in the form of compliments and grand gestures. The soul, however, speaks in a different language entirely. It whispers in moments of deep calm, in the sudden feeling of peace when you are near them, and in the strange sense of familiarity that defies logic. The silence you might feel isn't an absence. It's a presence. It's the profound, resonant hum of two souls in perfect alignment. This connection isn't a performance. It's a living, breathing truth that exists whether you acknowledge it or not. Embracing this new perspective can feel deeply unsettling. You might find yourself grappling with an unshakable inner knowing while the external reality seems to contradict it completely. This dissonance can be excruciating. Society teaches us to trust what we can see, hear, and touch. So when our inner world screams a different truth, we often default to self-doubt. You might question your own sanity, wonder if you are fabricating this connection, or feel a profound sense of loneliness because no one else seems to understand what you are experiencing. This is a common and valid part of the journey. The path to a soul-level connection is often a solitary one, as it requires a deep trust in one's own intuition, which is a skill many of us have been conditioned to neglect. This feeling of being misunderstood or out of sync with the world is a part of what Jung would call the encounter with the shadow. The shadow self contains all the aspects of our personality that we have repressed or denied. In a deep soul connection, these hidden parts of ourselves are often brought to the surface. You may feel anxieties or insecurities you didn't know you had, because this connection challenges you to become more whole. It's not always a comfortable process. The other person may not even be aware of the depth of this resonance, and you might feel a profound sense of longing or frustration, caught between a powerful inner reality and a mundane outer one. This is not a flaw in the connection. It is part of its transformative nature. The experience can be likened to a chrysalis phase, a time of profound and often painful internal change that is hidden from the world. You are in a cocoon of potential, undergoing a metamorphosis that is invisible to everyone else. The pain you feel, the yearning, the doubt, the sense of being lost, is not a sign of failure, but a symptom of growth. It is the ego struggling to let go of its need for control and external validation. This phase requires immense patience and self-compassion. You must be your own anchor in a sea of uncertainty, trusting that the inner truth is more real than the external appearance. This process is ultimately part of Jung's process of individuation, the journey of becoming a unique, whole individual. The soul connection acts as a catalyst for this process. It forces you to confront your own expectations, fears, and internal contradictions. The pain you experience is a necessary part of shedding the old self and stepping into a more authentic, integrated being. This is not just a story about two people. It is a story about you. It is about learning to trust your own inner compass and to find strength not in the other person's actions, but in your own knowing. The pain is a signal of a profound inner realignment. The resolution to this internal conflict is not found in an external validation from the other person, but in a profound shift in your own perspective. The moment you stop seeking proof from him and start trusting your own soul's knowledge, the power dynamic shifts entirely. The true transformation lies in the realization that you do not need him to affirm your worth or validate the connection. The connection, and therefore your value, is an intrinsic truth that exists within you. This is the point of empowerment. When you stop waiting for the other person to do something, you are freed from the cycle of hope and disappointment. You reclaim your own power. This journey teaches you that the love you feel for another is a reflection of the love that is already within you. The deep knowing you have is a signal that your own psyche is coming into alignment. You become whole, not because of someone else's presence, but because this connection has forced you to confront and integrate all parts of yourself. This is the dangerous and beautiful moment of becoming. A woman who is whole does not need to be completed by a man. She is already a universe unto herself. She becomes a force of nature, a sanctuary, a fully realized being. She no longer seeks a rescuer, but a companion who can stand as an equal beside her. This is the ultimate shift from dependency to autonomy. When you fully step into this power, you no longer yearn for their attention or fear their absence. Their presence becomes a beautiful addition to an already complete life, not a desperate necessity. The connection transforms from a source of anxiety into a source of inner strength. The quiet confidence that radiates from a person who knows their own worth is magnetic in a way that no act of chasing can ever be. This is not about being indifferent, but about being so secure in your own truth that you don't need the world to confirm it for you. And here is the final, impactful truth. She becomes whole and therefore dangerous. Not dangerous in a malicious sense, but dangerous to the status quo, to small-minded expectations, to a world that believes love is a transaction. She becomes a beacon of self-possession, the inner world she has cultivated, fortified by this profound recognition, makes her untouchable by superficialities. This is the moment of true liberation, when the external relationship, whatever form it may take, becomes a reflection of the inner, self-sufficient love that she has cultivated. The connection is a gift, but the empowerment is a masterpiece. This inner work prepares you to recognize the 7 subtle, non-verbal signs that his soul has already chosen yours. These are not grand gestures, but energetic truths. The first sign is the unexplainable sense of home. When you are near him, or even just thinking of him, there is a profound sense of peace and familiarity that defies logic. It is not an exciting or dramatic feeling, but a deep, foundational calm, as if you have returned to a place you've always known. This feeling of coming home is a primal sign of deep soul recognition, a feeling that your nervous system is finally able to relax and surrender. It is a quiet truth that bypasses all the chatter of the conscious mind and resonates in the core of your being. The second sign is the mirroring of emotional states. You might find that you can feel his emotions, even when you are physically apart. A sudden sense of sadness, anxiety, or joy that you can't trace back to your own life might actually be an echo of what he is feeling. This isn't a magical ability, but a deep, empathic resonance that occurs when two souls are intimately linked. It's a subtle, telepathic connection that bypasses the need for words and allows for a profound, non-verbal understanding. This mirroring is a sign that your energetic boundaries are permeable to one another, a hallmark of a powerful soul connection. The third sign is the profound and unconscious respect. His soul will treat yours with a profound reverence, even if his conscious mind doesn't fully grasp it. This can manifest in subtle ways, like a deep listening when you speak, an instinct to protect your energy, or an almost unconscious desire to provide comfort. This respect isn't about being put on a pedestal. It's about being seen and honored for the entirety of who you are, including your vulnerabilities and flaws. It's a silent recognition that your soul is sacred, and he behaves accordingly, often without even realizing it. The fourth sign is the sense of unspoken understanding. You find that you can communicate without speaking. You may share a look and know exactly what the other person is thinking or feeling. This is not about mind reading, but about a deep, intuitive alignment. The silence between you is not awkward or empty. It is a profound and comforting space where thoughts and emotions are shared effortlessly. This is the language of the soul, a form of communication that is more truthful and direct than any words could ever be. It's an inner knowledge that confirms the connection without any need for external proof. The fifth sign is the feeling of effortless flow. When you are together, things just work. You feel a sense of ease and synchronicity. You may find that you fall into a natural rhythm with each other, completing each other's sentences or performing tasks together with perfect, unspoken coordination. This is the energetic harmony of two souls who are meant to move together. It's a feeling of being in flow, a testament to the fact that your energies are not fighting or clashing, but are harmoniously aligned. This is not about the absence of challenges, but the presence of an underlying grace that makes the challenges easier to navigate. The sixth sign is the unshakable sense of inner peace. The connection brings a profound sense of calm and stability to your life. You may find that your anxieties and self-doubts begin to subside in his presence, or even just from the knowledge of the connection. This is because the soul recognizes its match, and this recognition brings an end to the internal search for belonging. This peace is not a temporary high, but a deep, lasting feeling that permeates your life, signaling that your soul has found a safe haven. It is a quiet confirmation that you are exactly where you are meant to be, a feeling that transcends the fleeting emotions of the day. The seventh and final sign is the catalyst for your own personal growth. This is perhaps the most important and profound sign. His soul, by its very presence, acts as a mirror for your own. He will, in subtle ways, challenge you to grow, to face your shadow, and to become the most authentic version of yourself. This is not about him consciously teaching you or pushing you. It's an energetic process. His very being is a catalyst for your own individuation. This connection will make you braver, more honest, and more deeply in touch with your own essence. It is a spiritual invitation to a higher version of yourself. It is not about becoming a better version for him, but about becoming the truest version of yourself for your own sake. This journey is a testament to the fact that a soul's choice is not a fleeting emotion, but a profound and lasting energetic truth. The signs are not for a checklist, but for a deep, intuitive awareness. They are not about grand gestures, but about the subtle, powerful reality of two souls in alignment. The knowledge that his soul has already chosen yours is not a promise of a fairy tale ending, but an invitation to a profound and authentic journey. It's an invitation to trust your intuition, to value your inner peace, and to embrace the path of individuation that this connection is calling you to walk. This perspective fundamentally shifts the entire dynamic of love. It moves the focus from the act of finding love to the act of recognizing love. This distinction is crucial. Finding love implies a search, a quest for something external. Recognizing love, however, suggests that it is already present, waiting to be seen. According to Jungian thought, this recognition is an act of synchronicity, a meaningful coincidence that points to a deeper, underlying order. You are not two random people who happen to meet. You are two souls whose paths were destined to cross at this specific moment in time. This is a narrative not of chance, but of fate. The quiet, almost silent nature of this connection is its greatest strength. It is not built on the loud proclamations of the ego, which can be easily swayed by social pressure or fleeting emotions. Instead, it is built on the unwavering foundation of the soul. The silence you might have mistaken for indifference is actually the presence of a powerful, energetic container, a sacred cocoon where the true bond is being nurtured, unseen and unheard by the world. This silent communication is a fortress against the noise and distractions of modern life. It tells you that the bond is not fragile. It is rooted in a truth that transcends the external world. The core of this journey is the courage it takes to trust your own knowing, even when the world around you tells you that you are wrong. It is a path of radical self-trust. In a world that constantly bombards us with external metrics of success and happiness, this path asks us to look inward and to trust that our intuition is a more reliable compass than any external validation. This trust is the most profound gift you can give yourself, and it is the key to unlocking the true potential of this soul connection. The connection may not manifest as a traditional relationship, but its purpose is to guide you back to your own wholeness. This process is a journey of psychological and spiritual maturation. It is a slow, often painful shedding of the ego's need for control and a surrender to a deeper, more profound truth. The pain of the unknown and the frustration of silence are part of the initiation. These are not signs of a failed connection, but a confirmation that you are being asked to become a more conscious, more authentic version of yourself. The quiet in-between moments are where the most significant growth takes place. It is here, in the stillness, that you are building the foundation of an unshakable inner life, one that is not dependent on anyone else. So as you reflect on these signs, what part of your intuition is stirring right now? Are you finally giving yourself permission to trust what you have always known, deep down, to be true? What would happen if you stopped looking for loud confirmations and started listening to the quiet whispers of your own soul? The real work begins not in changing him, but in embracing the truth that is already within you. You are the one with the power to recognize this profound truth, and that recognition is the beginning of everything. This journey is not about waiting for a story to unfold, but about stepping into the story that is already being written by your own soul. This is not a message for a select few. It is a message for anyone who has ever felt a connection that defied logic, a bond that felt ancient and familiar. This is for those who have questioned their own sanity, who have felt a deep knowing while the world offered no explanation. You are not alone. You are simply on a different path, a path of profound awakening. You are being called to trust the silent language of the soul over the noisy demands of the ego. This is a profound and sacred journey, and it is entirely your own. If this message resonated with you, if it sparked a flicker of recognition in your soul, please share this video with someone who might need to hear it. Let them know they are not alone in their journey. Leave a comment below and share which of the 7 signs resonated most deeply with you. Your story is a powerful part of this collective awakening. Subscribe to the channel for more content that dives into the depths of the psyche and the truth of the human spirit. Remember, the purpose of this connection is not to find your other half, but to find the whole of yourself. You are not alone. You are simply awakening. Your journey is valid, your intuition is a gift, and the love that you feel is a true reflection of the power that resides within you. The silence is not a void. It is the space where 2 souls are holding the most sacred of conversations.